All right, fantasy football astrology world, what's up, man? How y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling good out there, having a beautiful day. Somebody asked me for a Charger breakdown, Charger Nation. Bolt up, baby. I'm a Chargers fan too. That's my second team. I used to live in San Diego, so really, my stepdad, my stepfamily, they all have season tickets usually. Well, they did when they're in San Diego, so they're still the San Diego Chargers. I don't care if Spanos is just trying to get a bunch of extra money to open up other markets, whatever he wants to do. They're always going to be the San Diego Chargers to me, so let's move on. Charger Nation, right? We want to know what's going on with the astrology. We want to know what's going on with the draft. Can we get any answers to what the Chargers are going to do with the 13th pick? Do we know what they're going to do? I mean, there's a lot of options. And so we're just going to start breaking this board down. I'm going to give you guys a lot of different names here. So we're going to run through this. All right. We got Tom Telesco, right? Short for telescope. He's a Sagittarius, the archer, right? You want to put these prospects under a telescope. That's kind of fun, right? Sagittarius, visionary, should be a good spot for a GM, right? And what do you know? He also hired this new guy coming into town, right? You got Brandon Staley, also a fire sign, Sagittarius. What do you know? Okay, how are these guys going to get along? Well, in the beginning, it's probably going to be like really nice. But if these guys are too close to each other, it's going to be too much fire. So for whatever that's worth, if I could, coach their relationship, I would say, hey guys, be in your own kind of sector if you can, because eventually after the honeymoon phase is over, the relationship can become more volatile. So interesting. We'll see how it goes, right? Brandon Staley is a defensive-minded coach, right? He's a defensive guru coming in from the other LA, the Los Angeles Rams, right? And he took their defense to first place, right? The highest rated defense last year. How did Brandon Staley do it? A lot of what his defense is predicated on is having a Jalen Ramsey, okay? Guess what? Jalen Ramsey is a Scorpio. Caleb Farley is a Scorpio. I've been doing some work on defensive backs. You want water signs as defensive backs, okay? Xavier Howard is a water sign. He's a Cancer. You just got, the list goes on, guys. J.C. Jackson, right? Second highest interceptions last year. He is also a water sign. I believe he's a Scorpio. So I'm starting to find a lot of water signs. Water is a protective element, right? And so you want a water sign as a cornerback. They're the most fluid. They can read. They're very psychic or intuitive, if you will. So you got Caleb Farley as a Scorpio, same sign as Jalen Ramsey, and he's a speedster, right? These other guys here, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, watch the tape, guys. Don't get too in love with their 40 times, because there is a bit of a speed problem going on with these two guys. I know there's a lot of love for J.C. Horn out there, and they think, oh, it's all his 40 times fine, it's great. And from Tom Telesco's standpoint, he's going to be drawn right here. Brandon Staley, they're going to like these guys. But, I mean, if you're watching the tape, Caleb Farley's a cut above these guys, so it should be pretty clear. He needs another Jalen Ramsey. You're going to be able to get it in Caleb Farley. And so, I mean, that's really high accolades. I don't know if Caleb Farley will ever pan out to be like that, but he's big. He can play. He can jam at the line of scrimmage, and you can probably put him out an island. He's definitely got the speed for it. So if he can stay healthy, there it is. Caleb Farley, and that's how it breaks down. You got Ronaldo Hill. He's their new defensive coordinator. Defensive back he used to be a safety, and he was a defensive back coordinator for Denver. And so you can see Brandon Staley's focusing on the defensive backs, right? He brought in the coordinator as a defensive back guy. So Scorpio, Sagittarius, how do they get along? Sagittarius is a natural teacher to Scorpio, so that's good. He's got both sides on the defensive ball. You know, for his players, he's got a Scorpio, a water sign. He'll be able to get along with all the emotional signs. The Sagittarius will be able to get along with all the intellectual signs. Okay, so you've got a really good balance here for the defense. And can he do what he did in LA with the Rams? It remains to be seen. He's got a great defensive line. He doesn't have Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. He's going to need the personnel. Caleb Farley is really in this zone of all the guys I'll be talking about. Caleb Farley is clearing away the front runner, and he may not even be there at that time. So if Caleb Farley isn't there, you're looking at J.C. Horn as a Sagittarius or Patrick Surtain as an Aries. And so, I mean, it's really going to come down to who thinks the most talented there, guys. What can I say? They're both compatible. We're not getting a lot of clean reads there. But moving on, if it's not the cornerbacks, right, those three cornerbacks are really the main ones. You're probably looking at a Devonta Smith or a Jalen Waddle, right? And so when we're looking at wide receivers, we want to see how they're going to gel with Justin Herbert as a Pisces, okay, water sign. Ben Roethlisberger is also a Pisces. So we seen last year, kid can ball, right? So you want to hook him up with Devonta Smith, right? We can probably say for sure Jamar Chase isn't going to be there. He would be a good match as a Pisces. But Devonta Smith is really going to be an excellent chemistry fit for Justin Herbert, okay? We can look at, there's Rashawn Slater, Elijah Vera Tucker, Christian Darrisaw. They all work. They're masculine signs, so Telesco, he's going to be drawn to them all pretty evenly. I'm not seeing a lot there. I think it's just going to come down to talent evaluation and whether they want, like a road grader or whatever, what have you. So that's that, guys. Moving on to deeper in the draft, who you want to pair with Justin Herbert. You've got a ton of names here, right? All these are either earth signs or water signs, and that's going to work really well with Justin Herbert. You got Elijah Moore, De'Ami Brown, Tylan Wallace. Let's see if I can read my own writing here. You've got Cade Johnson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trey Walker, Cornell Powell, Daz Newsome, Shee Smith. You want speed, guys. You got speed in this draft. It's going to work really well with Justin Herbert. Shee Smith, the speedster. Anthony Schwartz is the fastest guy in the draft, I think, so far. So ran a 4.26, and Shee Smith's not too far behind him, and neither is Elijah Moore. If I'm the Chargers, I'm looking at targeting maybe Elijah Moore for a second round or something because, you've got Keenan Allen, really good match, right? Mike Williams, Libra, not as much. And we saw that's going to be a more volatile connection. And that's what we saw last year. So you've got Guyton, right? He's a Gemini, so still not as good of a match with the Pisces. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them go after a wide receiver at some point in the draft. There's a ton of guys, another deep class. These players have been working 7-on-7s more, so the wide receiver classes have been super deep, I think, because of that. Eckler's a good match. Cook is not really that great of a match. Okay, so we saw with Hunter Henry, I expect a pretty similar production. Hunter Henry was a Sagittarius, another fire sign. Cook's an Aries, another fire sign. And so usage is a big thing, obviously. So I expect similar usage. That's how it breaks down, guys. Hope you dig the video. Somebody also asked for a Denver Broncos video. That's pretty interesting. I want to go over the Sam Darnold situation as well. So that's what's to come here, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. All the best.